welcome everyone. We're at Dubai Mall. Beautiful scenery of us behind here. They do shows all the time. And today we're gonna do a market review video. We've just been at Token 2049 for 5 days. It was absolutely insane. It was so much fun. Met all the OGs, new OGs, people I've known for years I haven't seen. I just had lunch with one of those guys. And so now we're gonna go and just do a quick market review because everyone's probably thinking, hey coach, I haven't talked about the market for a while. And we had one of my epic moves on the Bitcoin chart. And we want to talk about that. So let's go look at the Bitcoin chart. So right here, as you guys can see, we had a 3 inside down way back, earlier in April. And where we're at right now is we're looking at the market over here. You can see clearly a very, very subtle 3 inside up. So that happened right here, as you guys can see, the down and the up. It was literally like 3 inside up by, we're talking about like $30 or $40, but still, it still counts. So we used that. And since that, we actually had a nice little mini boner candle, nothing too crazy. We're up about $1,000, as we can see on the chart here. We closed around 63.8, something around that. And now currently we are at 65,000. So up $1,200 for BTC. Again, another piece of information and proof that this is the trade that makes you money. And obviously you need to still be smart about how you do it. But if you're really not greedy and you could be patient a bit, you could have a quick trade of 1,200. And if you're a high frequency trader and you see this happen, it could be a very profitable trade for you. So Bitcoin looks great right now, to be honest. There's a little bit of resistance right here on the 21 day, right over here at the 21 is that yellow line, and above it is the Tenkin. So we're seeing a little bit of resistance being popped up right in that weekly open level. So as you guys can see, we had the halving on the 20th. Happy 420 means something new this time. 420 used to mean smoke a joint time. Now we're talking about Bitcoin. Everyone's going to remember 420 for Bitcoin, right? So we have a bit of resistance right there, and we have a little bit of resistance as well above it at 67. So we could see a little bit of volatility or sideways action. I do think over the next 2 to 3 weeks, Bitcoin is going to start having its bigger move up. The halving will happen, and obviously we need to wait for tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be Monday, and Mondays are generally the big days where the ETF is going to be enacted. It's going to be live, not just live, but I mean live after halving. And now we have this, the inflation is cut in half, right? Because that's how you should think about it. Bitcoin still has inflation, but it's depreciating inflation over time. So speaking of Bitcoin, happy halving day to everyone. Now let's go on Ethereum. So Ethereum is not in the same situation because it's had a bearish TK cross way back on, I believe that was the 14th of April. And so that's not good. We're below the candlesticks, which I kind of called and said we likely would go sideways underneath and break above it when it gets bullish again. With a bearish TK cross and being underneath the cloud for a bit and then a little bit in the cloud, we're in a turbulent level right now for Ethereum. Be one of those things where if you're not buying for the long term, it would be something you may want to wait a little bit to see if it comes back down a little bit more, but we would definitely not want to see it break under this level, which you can see here. It's held a few times at around 2,950 down to 2,850. So that level we kind of want to hold. Otherwise it gets weaker, and we're starting to go down to like the 27, 2650 level. So that's where we are with Ethereum right now. It looks okay, but again, I think we'd have at least potentially 3 to 4 weeks. And if Bitcoin goes on a run again, that could skew what's happening on the charts. So just keep that in mind, that just because you're a great trader or not a great trader, the pricing charts right now are something really important to understand, that many great traders are getting liquidated. I talked to several big influencers who've had a really rough go since the ETF, and it's because the predictability of what's going to happen with all these new influx of buyers is causing the trading analysis not to actually work exactly the same. So you're going to have to start to adapt that strategy a little bit. All right, so we're in the car now, headed over to the DNA Yacht, where we're going to meet with the guys from the street. They have over 50 million investors and 150 million viewers looking at getting on, and we're going to be on the yacht again. Very, very family and friends type event, so there's definitely some big stuff happening with that. But let's go back to the charts. So where we're at right now is Bitcoin Dominance is in a much better position than a lot of stuff, similar to how Bitcoin looks right now. It's got some signs, right, with the Kijun hooking up, and we have a little bit of flattening out Tenkin. Nothing too worried about. We're much above the cloud, and we could have a Kijun bounce on this, but market dominance overall looks okay. So let's move on and look at Solana, because a lot of people have been asking me about Solana, and I think it's quite important because we met up with the technical lead at Solana, asked him a lot of questions about what's going on there. It's pretty hot, and I'm going to ask pretty hard questions, and he definitely gave us all the right juice and the juice was worth the squeeze. Let's put it that way. So Solana looks okay, but it definitely has an impending TK cross. It's got a ton of resistance. The cloud top right here is resistance. We have the Tenkin and the Kijin both acting as resistance with a potential tier. I think it's kissing right now, but potentially we're seeing, based on predicted emoji, that we're having a TK cross on the bear side. So we also have our Chiku span right here. We're inside that box touching the Kijin over here. That's underneath the candle, so that's bearish. So Solana could have a move, and again, everything's basically waiting for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really the most important thing right now because it's been acting in ways that it doesn't really normally act because of the ETF, and many traders have been getting liquidated because of that were really, really accurate traders. Many of the actual algo strategies as well have been getting liquidated that are high frequency because, when we should be going down, we're not. When we should be going up, we're not. And so it's been very hard for a lot of traders on the high frequency side to predict. When we see things get a little bit bearish, the market's kind of been bouncing, and it's kind of indicative as well of a market cycle that has new money coming in. And with the halving and people really feeling the price squeeze and the scarcity squeeze, it's definitely something that we're waiting to pop. But I think the market's true movements are coming in the coming weeks. And usually it's sell in May and go away, but I think May is going to be an inflection point for the market to actually start going up higher. So that's what we're looking at right now in terms of Bitcoin and the market and what's been happening in terms of Solana. And we could talk about more coins, and we'll do that on the next video. Just want to give you a quick update of where we are right now. Bitcoin Dominance, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Obviously, we could talk about tons of other projects. There's so many great ones, and we'll talk about them more when I'm not in a car, running around, going yacht to yacht, going to different parties, going to meet everyone, and having the amazing time that we are building the relationships. Because again, as I've always said, your network is your net worth. And so always focus on building relationships with people because they're more valuable than money. You can always make money on your own, but if something bad happens, like you do get liquidated, like something negative happens in your life, that network will actually bring you back, which is why I tell a lot of people that are around me, I could lose pretty much almost everything. Would not be as easy to get where I'm at again, but I would have the network to actually have my abilities go to use and obviously get myself back to where we are. So if you guys are looking to level up your life, you got to level up your network. And if you're hanging out with people that are doing nothing in the same old crap from high school and you're like, okay, this is actually not, maybe you're not inspired by them, you need to remove those people from your network and put people in the crowd of people around you. The top 10 people around you should be very successful people that inspire you, people that excite you, and that actually give you the opportunities as well, because you're talking about opportunities all the time, not people, not who did what, this guy's that guy, I don't like this person. Start focusing on how do you level up your friends and your network, and you'll start seeing that the money and the value and the things that you're getting to see me do are very achievable for all of you if you put your mind, your heart, and your soul into it. And it won't come easily, but it will come with time and consistency. See you guys later.